Hey Collective and Soul Tribe, happy Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, February 24th. I'm going to be using another Oracle deck that I don't really use a lot, but I'm going to use it anyways just to see what messages come out. And then I'll use some other messages from other decks to get more clarity for you guys, okay? So let's jump into it. Let's see what you might need to know. So, Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective at this time for February 24th? What do they need to know at this time, please? What energy or clarity can you give me for the collective at this time and what they might need to know on their journey? What clarity and understanding can you give the collective at this time when it comes to this energy and what they need to know, please? So Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective for February 24th? What do they need to know for February 24th, please? What clarity can you give them at this time when it comes to today? What do they need to know for today, Spirit? Thank you. Okay, so for some of you guys, there's something about taking the narrow path, okay? Now, for some of you guys, there's something about being on your path at this time. Whatever this path might be, the path might be narrow, but it could be taking you to your final destination, meaning your fulfillment or, you know, your purpose or what you desire. Clarify narrow path for the collective, please, Spirit. Clarify narrow path. What about this narrow path for the collective at this time? What do they need to know about this narrow path? Thank you. Great depths, okay? So for some of you guys could be going through great depths when it comes to either, you know, knowledge, wisdom. I don't know why I thought about the deep blue sea, like the deep blue sea, meaning like, you know, when somebody is going within. So being close to water could be very significant, or there's something about going to great depths to doing something, okay, when it comes to someone's path. Now, this may not be about going to great depths, but there's something about, you know, no matter what it is that you do, you know, you will dive deep, no matter if this is about yourself or someone else, you know, when it comes to helping other people or, you know, just showing up in general. But there's something about the energy of going within and being able to go within and receive introspection on your path, whether this is something that, you know, you knew that you were going to do, or there's something about you finding out something, but you going within and understanding where you are at this time could be very significant. Now, everybody's situation could be different, but there is something about being deep into water. So there's something about emotions that could be very significant when it comes to how deep you can go when it comes to your emotions, how introspective you are as an individual when it comes to how far it is that you can go within the mind. And that could be confirmation for some of you as well when it comes to your path. Okay, so let's see what else shows up. Yeah, there's something about, you know, confusion. So there could be confusion when it comes to the energy, when it comes to you and other people. Like people could be confused about your path or confused about what it is that you do. Now, for some of you guys, when it comes to confusion as well, it can go both ways. It could be, people could be very confusing in a sense where you don't know where certain people's minds are at when it comes to your energy. And there's something about wanting to protect your energy at this time. So yeah, when it comes to confusion, there's something about maybe you're able to go into great depths within yourself, but then other people may not be able to do the same thing. So there's this confusion as well where, you know, other people's energy could make you feel confused. And it's not to say that in a bad way, but there's something about maybe someone else's energy is very confusing because it's almost like, you know, you ever had somebody do something to someone, like say you're the collective and you've seen this yourself or you've experienced it, but just an example, like, you know, maybe you guys have seen it on TV or just in general, right? But there's something about an energy of, you know, say you're talking about one topic or you're saying something to somebody and you can understand everything this person is talking about, but the moment you say something, it's almost like someone's confused about what you're saying, even though you're showing up as somebody who has a lot of clarity and you're authentic about your clarity as well. even when it comes to relationships too, there's something about someone feeling confused as well. So like, say someone did do something to you guys, like the collective, for example, whether this is like bullying or down talking bad or just provoking the collective, there's something about someone being confused about why maybe you're in this energy of great depths, like why you're going within, why you're focusing on yourself. It's almost like, why is the collective focusing on them when they should be focusing on me type of energy, right? Which is so weird. But there's like this confusion where, you know, who cares if people are confused about why you want to go within? That's your prerogative. You're allowed to go within. You're allowed to be in solitude. You're allowed to be alone if you want to be alone. And that could be the confusing part about people who can't be alone. Okay? There's people out there, unfortunately, that they can't be alone. Even though they died, you know, they die alone and they were born alone. You know, there's people out there, unfortunately, where they cannot be alone. So there's something about being confused about the collective's energy where you might be someone who shows up confusing to somebody because they don't understand the great depths that you can go, right? They don't understand that you can think the way that you think. They don't understand that you can speak the way that you speak. They just don't understand, and they don't want to understand. They will rather be confused or continue to be confused than to understand what was done. Yeah. So again, for some of you guys are releasing this. You guys are flying high. Okay, you guys are releasing the energy that no longer serves you. There's something about birds that could be very significant. So either spreading your wings and moving forward or flying high when it comes to, you know, adversity. So if people are trying to bring you into a lower vibrational type of energy, you're going to continue to fly high no matter what. You're going to continue to keep moving forward no matter what this energy might be. And that could be the thing that's confusing to a lot of people, because some people maybe want you to be stuck, you know, in that energy. Okay, yeah, moment of reflection. Like, you guys could have went into reflection. You guys could have went within. Okay, so again, because you guys had a moment of reflection, you guys know yourself. You know yourself very well. You know what you like. You know what you don't like. And it's almost like you guys know what you guys will tolerate. And because of this energy, it's like you're able to go within. And I think that's where the confusion lies, is because you can go within great depths. You can go into a moment of reflection. And this is what confuses people a lot about you, because they assume that because you maybe act a certain way or dress a certain way or look a certain way, that maybe you don't hold the same power as somebody who might be older than you or somebody who has more authority than you. People think because they have a specific title in your life, they think that they hold more power. You know, Kia just wanted to pop out, but they think that they hold more power when it comes to you guys, right? So yeah, there's something about a hidden, you know, moment where you guys could have had hidden agendas too. Okay, when it comes to moment of reflection, there's something about someone having a hidden motive, okay, or a hidden agenda. And that's why I'm saying, when it comes to confusion, okay, you rising above a moment of reflection is because someone had a hidden agenda when it comes to a work situation. Okay, so bees are very significant when it comes to bees. There's something about a hidden agenda, or there's somebody having hidden motives in a work situation. Okay, and this is why you guys have moved away from certain paths. Okay, you've gone great depths to work on what it is that you guys are building at this time. And this is why people could be very confused about, you know, why it is that you guys are in those positions that you're in. But you know why? It's because you guys are going uphill from here. Okay, you guys are moving on up, okay? You guys are moving on up to something bigger and better when it comes to this opportunity, okay? Like I said, you guys either listen to your introspection when it comes to the confusion, when it comes to thoughts, maybe things of that matter. But whatever this is, other people could have been in your energy trying to make you confused because of what they don't want, you know, for you to do. Okay, if you notice, like, this person here, okay, this person in this lighter color, this person in this darker color, you can see this person's swiggles are like, it's almost like in a cursive, and this person is like this, right? And then here's this person again rolling up the hill, okay? So you guys are moving on up. You guys are moving up to bigger and better things. You guys are reaching for the stars. You guys are climbing up the mountain for you to move forward. There's something about hidden agendas, though. So again, when it comes to moment of reflection and dealing with people with hidden agendas, you've done the inner work when it comes to you guys being on your path, and you guys are moving uphill from here. Whatever this past energy is, it's something about you guys releasing and letting go into your freedom so that you can have freedom. Okay, so take what resonates with that. And hidden agenda doesn't even have to be just a work thing, a work situation only. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be, you know, things like that. Yeah. So moving uphill from here. Okay, for some of you guys could be thinking about the worst. Okay. Right, but you guys are moving up, like I said. But again, when it comes to like dark energy, you know, you guys could be flying high, and then you could have people around you who are always thinking the worst. Okay, so remove yourself from people who are always thinking the worst of you, or always thinking the worst of a situation. Because again, if someone is always in that energy of thinking the worst of something, for example, say you drive, okay? Say you drive, or you have a car, or whatever the case is. Most people that drive, you would say to somebody, okay, drive safe, you know, because we get it, you know, drive safe. Everybody out there is crazy, whatever, whatever. But when the weather is bad, and say there's snow on the ground, or it's raining, or whatever the case is, it's going to make the drive a little bit more difficult. You know, you have people that will say like, oh, don't crash, don't get into a car accident, don't this. Why would you say that? Why are you always thinking the worst of the worst, okay? Or, you know, somebody who may live alone, you could be around somebody maybe who they're very paranoid, okay? So, like, there's something about being paranoid and, you know, locking up all the doors, or doing certain things that it's almost like it's one thing to be safe and, you know, trying to be cautious. And there's another thing when you attract certain energies to you. So when you go based off of fear and thinking the worst of the worst, then that energy is going to always show up around you when it comes to you guys always thinking in fear. So again, when it comes to moving up and going all uphill, there's something about, you know, there could have been someone in your energy that was always thinking the worst, or something of that nature. But you guys are moving away from that energy, from what it looks like, because again, you're not someone who thinks of the worst. You're always flying high. You're always thinking about the positives. You're always thinking about what's next. Okay, yeah, rescue. Okay, you guys are rescuing yourself from whatever this energy is. So again, when it comes to moving towards calmer waters, there's something about you guys going in reflection and rescuing yourself about a situation, and seeing that you can help yourself. There's nobody that's going to help you. Only you're going to be able to help yourself. And that could be confirmation for some of you guys as well when it comes to the energy. Okay, so I'm going to get one more card from this deck and see what else shows up. But that's not good energy to have around. Like, if you have somebody who's constantly always thinking the worst, that's not the energy that you want to be around with, okay? Yeah, so yeah, fork in the road is very significant, okay? Something that's been, like, it's been done, okay? So because of whatever this hidden agenda is, there's like a fork in the road, okay? So there is something about something being stopped. It's almost like somebody had stopped someone's plans, okay? Yeah, whoever this was, they were an unlikely ally, whoever this person is, okay, when it comes to a work situation, okay, because you were moving uphill, whoever this is was an unlikely ally, and this is like very negative energy, unfortunately. This is the past, okay, but there's something about fork in the road because of this unlikely ally, whoever this person might be. Yeah, there's something about surprise villain that's very significant. So like I said, whoever this person is that was always seeing the worst in a situation, you are aware that this person is, yeah, this person is like a villain, and you guys could have seen this in your dreams. This could be your dreams or your visions, okay? So paying attention. Yeah, authoritative figure is very significant. There's something about authoritative figures that are very significant. There's something about seeing something in your dreams when it comes to closing out cycles, when it comes to people in power, okay? And them being like an unlikely ally could be very significant. So whoever this authoritative figure might be, okay? There's something about them complaining about spoiled milk, okay, or spilled milk, right? So whoever this unlikely ally could be, there's something about them showing up in someone's energy or showing up in someone's dream. So they may look like a certain way, but they're a different way, okay? And there's something about, you know, spoiled milk. So while you're moving on up and you're moving away from the situation, you, on the other hand, you're no longer speaking about certain things. You're just moving on, but there's someone else in the energy who could be complaining about spoiled milk, okay, or spilled milk. There's something about, you know, somebody doing something in a situation, like they know that they were the villain in the situation, but they're always complaining and bringing up the person from the past, like say it's the collective or authoritative figure. So whoever this authoritative figure is, say this person was someone that you worked with or you dealt with, or someone who you know, was an older person, like, you know, of age, or like somebody who was a guardian, whoever it was. Basically, they thought they had the title when it came to authority, right? Whoever this is, they caused the situation to happen. And it's almost like, because it backfired now, it's almost like they're complaining about spilt milk. But if you caused the situation to happen, then what are you complaining about? You caused it. And that's where some of you guys are looking at certain people like, why do you guys keep bringing this up to me? This is like the same situation over and over and over and over again, while you're focusing on your, you know, your path and you moving forward on your purpose. There's still people around you in your energy still complaining about the same things over and over again. Even if they don't say it, they're doing it intuitively, right? So there's something about your dreams that are very significant, but you know better. Okay, you know better when it comes to being a mastermind. Okay, you know when someone is trying to be a mastermind, and you know how to be a mastermind yourself when it comes to creating, webbing, weaving, knitting, crocheting, putting together situations. There's something about somebody putting the puzzles to a piece together and seeing the truth for what it is. And there's also something about when somebody stepped into their power, there's some type of truth that showed up in someone's energy, and now it's almost like they're like in a situation of oops, like they were caught, okay? And it's almost like, yeah, of course you were going to get caught eventually. I mean, everything in the dark comes to light. Yeah, prophecy. Okay, there's something about a prophecy that's showing up, okay? Yeah, like I said, the spark, okay? We have here the guardian. Like I said, I mentioned something about a guardian figure, or there's something about authority or something, but there's something that you said, okay, that is being sparked at this time. And right now you're showing up with strength at this time, whoever this is. Okay, when we have the guardian, we have strength, the protector. Okay, I'm going to get one more card to see, because this, yeah, and there's something about mystery. So there's something that you did that sparked something, okay? Like it almost had a domino effect, okay? And now it's almost like it's a mystery, because now that you stepped in your power, it's almost like no one's going to know what this situation might be. But you sparked something, you lit something, and somebody wants to know how. There's a possibility somebody wants to know how you know, or how you would have figured it out on your own, even though nobody told you anything, okay? There's something about pride as well, and fresh start. Okay, so someone's pride got in the way of a situation, but you don't care anymore. You're moving on to a fresh start. You're moving on. Yeah, it says no help here, closed. You've closed the door when it comes to situations, and you guys are going out into the wilderness. You guys are being more free and stepping out into, you know, new opportunities. Even if there's going to be storms or going through any storms or challenges, you know when something is a trap, okay? And there's something about something being reversed. So if anything was stolen from you, or like this was inheritance money, or whatever the case is, time and energy, it's being sent back to you, okay? Whatever was happening in that time frame, like say you were plucked out of that energy, there's something about that situation and being in ruins, okay? And whoever this is, they could be asking for forgiveness, okay, because of their energy being mischievous, okay? But then for some of you guys that are in this energy, you guys are the ones that make the perfect sandwich, meaning you guys have the Midas touch. You know what works and what doesn't work. And there was somebody that could have been in their pride who thought they knew everything, but they don't, because you're being discovered at this time. So there's something about your energy when it comes to discovery and moving forward. I'm going to see if I can get one card each from each deck, because this is just clarity for somebody who either you had an idea that there was something shady going on, and you guys had to go within to understand. But there's something about an unlikely ally that you guys could have dealt with, okay, when it comes to the energy. And somebody could also be doing a little research when it comes to this situation. Like they could be going within to see how and why the situation went the way it went, because they see you stepping into your power. Yeah, it says speak your world into being. Gemini energy with communication. So again, when it comes to you guys, what you guys, want, you guys are finding more balance. But again, when it comes to what you want and what you desire, there's something about speaking it into existence, okay? Speaking your world into existence is very significant at this time, okay? So yeah, you saw something for what it was, whether this is like family, friends, a work situation, whatever it is, you saw it for what it was. Yeah, it says the end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn is very significant. So for some of you that resonate with this, with the full moon that's coming up next week, there's something about Capricorn and Earth placement energy that could resonate when it comes to that. So you guys could be getting grounded at this time when it comes to, yeah, breakthrough. So it says, for a star to be born, it must first collapse. This is not your destruction. This is your birth, okay? So something about collapsing, okay, to start something, new, being able to break something old to start something new. Okay, so this could be old patterns, old thinking, old ways of doing certain things, okay, when it comes to certain situations. Yeah, inner peace. It says, find your inner peace in chaos. Always remember that peace comes from within, okay? So yeah, I'm going to end it here. 21:12 I just saw on the timer. And funny enough, it's almost going to be 12:12 because it's now 12:10 p.m. So angel number 1212 could be very significant as well. But yeah, I'm going to end it here, guys. Please take what resonates whenever you see this. And again, thank you for the love and the support that you guys have been giving. I appreciate that. And always remember to always trust your intuition. Always trust your gut. Always trust your inner knowing, even if you don't have all the answers to everything. And I know sometimes in this world, everything is logical. Always remember to trust your inner knowing, okay? Sometimes it is, pride, but sometimes it may not be. It depends on everyone's situation and what they're going through. And it's almost like this feeling of, if you don't listen to your intuition, it's almost like things kind of blow up in your face. And in this moment in time, there's something about moving forward and trusting your intuition and seeing how things play out differently because you're now listening to your inner knowing. Okay, guys? But anyways, I'm going to end it here. Follow me on TikTok and YouTube. Okay, and my website is www.mysteriouslyunique.ca, and I will see you guys next time, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Tuesday. All right, guys? I love you guys so much. Bye.